patches. They're back in stock now and target neck and shoulder pain in adults of all ages. Or our extra long neck heating pads. They provide soothing relief to painful sore necks and backs. Mom can heat them in her microwave, and they come in a variety of colors and patterns. Read our trusted, authentic, and real reviews on Amazon when you search Sunny Bay Heating Wraps. And shop now in time for Mother's Day. There's no shipping delays from Sunny Bay. Find us on Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, and sunny-bay.com. Remember, just search for Sunny Bay Neck Wraps. Order now because stock is high and shipping is fast. From Sunny Bay.
Hey there, Congresswoman Kat Kamak here, your conservative voice in our nation's capital. I'm so proud to be an advocate for the over 65,000 veterans here in North Central Florida. The new Ocala VA clinic is now open, providing important primary care and specialty services. If you're a veteran in the Ocala area, thank you for your service. Feel free to get in touch with our team by visiting us online at camac.house.gov. I'm Kat Kamak, and it is my honor to serve you.
This ad is paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives.
Are you suffering from neck, back, or leg pain? Go Green CBD Store can help you with holistic, all-natural, lab-tested products that help with pain, stress, anxiety, inflammation, PTSD, and so much more. We stock smokable products, gummies, chocolate, coffee, tea, even pain cream. Yes, we even have treats and oils for your dogs or cats. Go Green CBD is located in the Paddock Mall in the center court. We're open every day. Come in today for a free sample.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, I'm joined on the line by Galen Unall from Life South. He's brought to you by Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions how they handled the COVID pandemic, give them a call and ask. 352-854-6262. That's 352-854-6262. We'd also like to thank family-owned and operated Penn Flooring, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They can handle all your flooring needs. They have experience in both commercial and residential flooring. Go see their amazing showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street in Ocala, or give them a call at 352-351-3420. And, of course, justship.net. They flipped the script on shipping. You don't have to go anymore and take it to the UPS store. You can call them. They'll come pick it up. But they also offer even more. It's now they've opened a brick and mortar store where if you want to and you're out and about, you can drop it off at them. You don't have to package it up. You just drop your item off, just box it and ship it for you. They're located at 811 North Magnolia. Go see them, justshipped.net. Galen, it is time to talk about, we've been going down memory lane, and big memory, you and I were not born, but we understand the ramifications and the significance of it. On this day, April 15th, 1947, not the best player, not the most gifted player at the time out of the Negro Leagues, but Jackie Robinson was plucked by Branch Rickey from the Kansas City Monarchs to become the first African-American to play in a Major League Baseball game when he broke in with the Brooklyn Dodgers on this day in 1947. And Branch Rickey, everybody knows the story. Branch Rickey talked about it. It's been shown in movies. Jackie was very good. He was a very accomplished athlete. He went to USC. He had lettered in numerous sports, USC, track, football, baseball. He was a very good all-around athlete, was a veteran, had served in the armed forces. And the reason Branch Rickey picked him, not because he was the best one coming out of the league, but because Branch Rickey thought he had the demeanor and the mental toughness to handle all the bigotry and abuse that was going to be handed to the first person to break the color barrier.
Yeah, and again, I mean, as you said, it's a well-documented story, but I think his skill as a baseball player is undervalued. He's still on my when you go around and say, pick your all-time team, he's always in my lineup.
Wow.
Whether I put him at second or I put him at first, he's always there just because of what he's done for not just the game of baseball, but for society as a whole. Right. I just his what his contribution to the United States is undervalued.
Right. His contribution to the game, to society, and everything puts him on that list that way. I mean, he's not Joe Morgan, though. Calm down.
No, I completely agree. But at the same time, there is no Joe Morgan without Jackie Bradley.
Without Jackie Robinson, yeah, there is no. Right.
25 years later, we were still fighting segregation in the South. And my mom talks about what Jackie Robinson meant to her all the time. And, because they would study about him in school and read about this mythical man who was able to play a white man's sport. I don't think that's valued enough. Again, he's a hero, and he should be remembered that way. But I think his probably more than any other player that there ever was or ever will be, Jackie Robinson's impact is far greater off the court, off the field, than it ever was on the field.
Yeah, and something else I don't think gets talked about enough, and I understand what it meant for Jackie Robinson to break the color barrier, but sometimes I don't think Pee Wee Reese gets the credit he deserves in this story. And because Pee Wee Reese was
walked over and picked him up.
He's a good old boy from Alabama.
Sure.
That went a long way that a Southerner from Alabama ended up befriending Jackie, and Pee Wee Reese called him one of my greatest friends I ever had. And at that time, that's what Branch Rickey had assembled a group of. There were a bunch of bigots on the Dodgers. But Branch Rickey had assembled enough strong personalities that Jackie Robinson was able with his strong, and by the way, a very strong personality. Everybody thought he was this silent guy that just took stuff.
No.
He was infuriated by everything he had to take.
Sure.
But he understood that he couldn't do anything about it, or it would ruin the chances for all the people he knew were as good or better than their colleagues in the major leagues that weren't getting a fair chance. I mean, if truth be told, if we could go back and document every home run he hit, the home run king would be Josh Gibson, and it wouldn't even be close.
Yeah, well,
but he was barnstorming,
yeah.
and they played the white teams. The Negro League teams played when Babe Ruth and them would barnstorm, and when in the 40s when they would barnstorm and all, they would go through and play the Negro League teams, and play like a 50-50 split. It was clear that there were just as good of ball players in the Negro leagues as there were in the major leagues. And Branch Rickey took a chance, and Jackie Robinson, with the mental fortitude he had, was able to usher in segregated baseball. Desegregated baseball, and we're much better. It's a much better sport, and sports in general have been much better since 1947.
Well, and look, I mean, the U.S. military didn't desegregate to 48, right? Major League Baseball was ahead of the military in that.
Yeah. And it led to basketball and football, and I mean, think about this.
To the 50s.
Think about this. Bear Bryant didn't have a black player on the Alabama team until 1970.
Correct. Yeah.
Think about that.
And yeah. So and again, Branch Rickey deserves a lot of credit for this. A lot. So
he does. It was threatened to have his team. The commissioner threatened to take his ownership away from him.
Yeah, they couldn't even. They had to eat in separate hotels, and again, the story is very well documented, but it's underappreciated.
Yeah.
Believe it, I feel.
Yeah, the movie 42 was average. I didn't think it was that great.
I thought it was better than I thought Chadwick. What's his name?
Chadwick Boseman, yeah.
But Boseman did a great job. I do. I took my kids to see it because I thought it was.
No, it was an adequate movie.
And after that movie, you saw a lot of people wearing the number 40, 42 again, which I think is great. And I love that Major League Baseball today, everybody will wear 42. I think that's incredibly important.
Here's a great trivia question. The 42 is the only number that's been retired across the entire league. Nobody's allowed to wear 42. Who's the last person? Who was the last person to wear 42 as their individual number in a major league game?
Well, I mean, there's been some great guys that have had it.
Yeah, but the last person to wear it.
Is it the guy from the Yankees?
Yep, Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
The last person to wear 42 as his uniform number. Yep. And even when they retired it, because they retired Jackie's number, he still got to wear it because Jackie Robinson's wife gave him permission to still wear the number. So he got to wear it throughout his career. So just one of those weird trivia questions.
Yeah, you got Mo Vaughn, who wore it for the Red Sox.
Yep.
And, Mookie Betts wanted to wear it, but he couldn't, so that's why his number's a little different, but it's to honor Jackie. But it's things like that again, we're not a perfect society. We never will be. There's no such thing. But we do try to right our wrongs. And it takes people like, Branch Rickey and Jackie Robinson and Pee Wee Reese to break those, to make things right. And there is no better meritocracy.
What got me was how we, if you could speak Spanish and you were black, we might let you play ball.
Well, no, it would depend on how it would depend on your complexion.
Right, exactly.
It never, some of and that's what they would try to do. It was just, it was just a matter of attitude and your complexion. It never.
I mean, remember 1974. As Hank Aaron was chasing the great Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron's family got death threats. He got death threats.
Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
I mean, in 1974, he was getting his life threatened because he better not break the white man's record. I mean, I can't fathom that.
So many of those things. No, and again, it's another reason why Hank is such a huge part of our society. And should be, because he what Tiger Woods did, he changed golf, right? But he wasn't the first one, and he wasn't the first black man to play on the PGA Tour. But he respects those that were, and that's, you can do that without discrediting the rest of the league, and I think that's what Jackie did so well.
Jackie did a great job, and he broke into Major Leagues April 15th, 1947. So April 15th is not always about taxes and death. It's, Jackie Robinson. I do know that it's also the day the Titanic sunk in 1912.
Yeah. Well,
that's that happened as well on this date.
Yeah, that's no good.
Hey, so speaking of this date being tax day, you got them done already? Or are you getting the extension?
Gosh, yeah. Yeah. I get it done as fast as I possibly can. I don't like owing the government anything, and I don't like them owing me anything.
Yeah, I requested
I'm
the extension.
anti-government.
I requested the
Well, good
extension.
for you.
Yeah.
Well, you're a very complicated man.
No, I'm just lazy. I'm going to be honest.
TurboTax.
Remember,
Knock mine out in about half an hour.
Remember, I have a shirt, one of my favorite shirts that I've ever owned in my life, sums me up very well. Procrastinators unite tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That sums me up pretty well. Look,
that's pretty good.
I had 3.5 years to write my master's thesis, right? I wrote it in about 7 days. I wrote it in about 7 days, right up against the deadline.
Right. Oh, that's why you have deadline. If there was no deadline, like I've made this joke before. If God had 14 days, He would have used 14 days.
Certainly.
He had 6 and got it done. He's like, now we got a week. Done. I got it done within a week.
And look, 7 days. It's going to work on a
If
calendar.
you say God's wife told him he needed to be back in a week.
Yeah. It's going to work. Look,
it's
a joke. Took him 7 days instead of 14, and the 7 days worked for the calendar issue and everything. I mean, 14 days wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked.
A lot of problems.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked.
No.
We'd have had to come up with 4. We'd have had to come up with 7 other names for days. It wouldn't have been good. Wouldn't have been good.
Are we talking a 12-day work week at this point?
Exactly. That's
right?
what it is.
I mean,
probably be a 10-day work week and a 4-day a weekend.
I don't know. The unions would have to fight for that.
Well, probably.
But now today is Friday and it's Good Friday, and in all seriousness, we should remember why it's so important, because he's risen.
Yeah. On the third day he arose. At this point in the day, he was probably already up on the cross at this point of the day, this late in the morning.
No, he's probably dead at this point.
Right.
Well, I don't know at the time.
They'd already cast lots. They'd already cast lots to get his clothing and everything, So
speared him in the side.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's really what this is all about, folks. For the Christian faith, these 3 days are a very solemn time, and it is a time where our faith was created, where
right.
the Gentiles were offered.
Day of the year.
The Gentiles were offered the ability to ascend into the kingdom of heaven. So it is a big weekend.
Right.
Now, is this weekend because it's always the Jewish Passovers right now, and that's always something that is a big food event, and Easter is always a big food event. Now, do you and your family, do you put out a spread, or are you the family that if you got the family all together, you go to a nice Easter dinner at a nice restaurant somewhere?
We're gonna go. We're going to church on Saturday. Tomorrow, I think it's at 3, and then we'll go to dinner after that. Haven't figured out Sunday yet. Probably eat some ham of some kind.
Yeah.
So, just have it. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet.
I remember last Easter, my lovely wife, who was not my wife at the time, so this is probably why she did this, because now she's my wife. She doesn't have to. She's like, I'm your wife now. You can't get rid of me. So no, whatever. So,
I'm with you.
But
sure.
she cooked this fantastic ham last year and all the fixings that go with it. And then she made these cross buns from scratch. She got a recipe. She made these frosted cross buns from scratch and everything.
Sure.
She really went all out for our first Easter dinner together. It was fantastic.
Right.
This year, I haven't heard any discussion or any plans about an Easter dinner. So, like I said, we're married now. She's like, yeah, you got your one shot, pal. You want Easter dinner? Golden Corral, maybe. I don't know. No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's got a. I looked I snuck a peek in the refrigerator. There's a ham that's been put in the refrigerator. Sometime between Wednesday and this morning, a ham appeared in the refrigerator. I don't know how that happens. Stuff. I just open my refrigerator and stuff just appears there. I don't know how to. I'm glad it happens because if it didn't appear there, I wouldn't have it. You know what I mean? So
it's pretty great. It's pretty great.
Yeah. And so, but the ham just appeared, so I'm sure she's going to do something good for the holiday, but she just hadn't let me in on it. And last year, the bun she had got the recipe for and everything, she let me know that was difficult. Everything was done with love and with difficulty because her thing was, I'm not a baker.
That's awesome.
But everything was good. Everything was good. So, but
I'm
now
sure it was.
my family always was a family that would all come over to our house, like I said, with the Easter egg hunt. So my mom would always just lay out just huge spreads for the family and everything. And once I got old enough to do it myself, I was like, I'm going to a restaurant. I'm going to a nice buffet. Some of these hotels throw amazing Easter buffets and everything. I'm like, I'm not doing the dishes. I do that at Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm not doing it at Easter too. So I like the restaurant scene to go. But
I'm with you.
But it is a very important holiday, especially to us of the Catholic faith. We'll be going to a sunrise service Sunday morning. So looking forward to that. I wake up at sunrise anyway to come in here and work. Might as well do the same for God and go to sunrise service on Sunday when they offer it. And you can't beat a sunrise service. Can we just go ahead and agree?
No, you can't.
Especially if it's a clear day and the sun's coming up. You can't beat it.
Yeah, it's not raining. I'm with you. I have no problem with that. I have boys that are teenagers or just past teenagers. They're not getting up at sunrise.
No.
So if I want to go as a family, 3 o'clock in the afternoon is as good as I'm going to get.
Yeah, that we would always go to the sunrise service whether you wanted to go or not. There was no discussion about it. You were getting up and remember when we were kids though.
Not when you were an adult.
Here we go down.
Kid,
no,
you don't have a choice.
Yeah, here we go down memory lane again. Remember, we were I think we were probably one of the last generations that on Easter Sunday you got in the best clothes you had ever worn in your life. Did your family do that? We would take the Easter picture in your suit and your sisters were in their dresses and everything, and everybody had their Easter hats and Easter bonnets. Oh.
We didn't have any vests. I mean, we just kind of threw it on, but yeah.
No, it became your suit for the year. My mom would buy us all an Easter outfit, and then that was our Sunday go to church clothes for the rest of the year. And I remember one year. I guess
that would have been taking way too much money.
I guess it was like 74.
The way we were growing.
I guess it was 74 or 75, somewhere around there. They bought me a Carolina blue double knit polyester leisure suit for Easter. I had to wear that. I knew before Ralphie knew what it felt like to wear an outfit that makes you feel dumb. With the bunny rabbit from the Christmas Story. I go back and look at those. Pictures from when I'm like 9 or 10 years old, in a Carolina blue, so a powder blue polyester leisure suit.
Sorry this happened to you.
Oh, I'm scarred to this day. Scarred.
Should be.
Who in the hell thought, by the way, that polyester, double knit polyester, was smart in Florida in the first place?
Man, I don't know. That's pretty terrible, Tom.
Double knit poly, and it wasn't bad enough that I went to Catholic school and had to wear the double knit polyester pants with the white shirt and the tie. But then on the Easter, they put me in that leisure suit. And by the way, the only 3 people that ever made a leisure suit look good were the Pips. Can we agree on that?
Sure.
Can we agree? Gladys Knight's backup singers, only 3 guys that ever rocked the leisure suit and made it look good. Well, and Herb from WKRP in Cincinnati, the sales guy.
Don't forget Herb.
Yeah, Herb, the sales guy from WKRP in Cincinnati.
That's pretty terrible. That's pretty terrible.
Yeah, bro. It was,
wow.
And I have some pictures when I'm a little kid, 1, 2, 3, 4 years old, where my mom put me in some dapper suits, some double-breasted coat jackets with fedora brim hat and everything, looking good. And then I got the 10-year-old pictures in the powder blue, double knit polyester leisure suit.
Wow.
Oh, no matter how you say it, it just doesn't sound good, does it? Just
no, you're in a lot of trouble at that point.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that the pictures still exist is even scary as well.
That's no good. That's not good.
Because remember, that was another thing. Somebody put on Facebook today, what was things that you would never have heard 30 years ago that you hear now, like let's Google that and stuff like that. What's something that if you would have heard 30 years ago, but you'd never hear now? Hey, your aunt's coming over. Let's get out the photo books.
I still make photo books every year.
Oh, every family had the photo books, and they were. It was like the two things that you had 25 volumes of: the Encyclopedia Britannica and the family photo album. 25 volumes.
Wow. Wow.
And they went on the same shelf with each other. The Britannica went on the top shelf. The photo albums went right under.
But I still make I still use it.
And by the way,
I still make the photo book every year.
My mom had the greatest memory in the world because she knew every person in every picture, where they were, what time of day it was, what year it was. And I was like, it was written on the back of the picture, I know, but she couldn't see that. It was in the book. She knew everything about every picture she had. And I promise you, we had 25, 30 picture albums. And she knew everything. Everything. And then we had that one, I called it the Hall of Fame wall. And it really wasn't a Hall of Fame wall. Just something about our childhood, our parents. They would put 175 pictures on one wall in the house.
What's wrong with that?
I got maybe.
I do that too.
Yeah, 175 framed photos on the walls.
Love it.
Oh my God.
Love it.
Yeah, you'd have probably took
Love
that
it.
shadow box we threw in the dumpster too. You'd probably taken that.
but I
or that
love
one
photo books just because
you go to
looking at them is just better.
You go to your one friend's house and they lived in a 2-story and the whole wall up the stairs would have pictures on it.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, it was like the Walk of Fame. It was it's like the Walk of Fame you see in a restaurant, but it was in everybody's house.
Well, if I had stairs, I'd have it. But I have pictures all over my house.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like Shutterfly's number one customer.
Look, I got them on my phone. That's all I need. Time to wrap it up, Galen. Tell us where the Bloodmobile is this weekend.
Hey, today we're going to be at the Winn-Dixie out in Bellevue, but we're going to be all over the place. So come see us. It is Easter Sunday, and there are people fighting for their life in the hospital. The only way they can survive that in many cases is by blood donation. So help somebody out. Jesus gave, you can too. Donate blood.
Galen, I'll talk to you next week.
Bye, all.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport,